All right, so this is your Unit 7 review for advanced math. In the diagram, a person who is 6 feet tall is standing on the ground 3 feet away from the point P. A line segment drawn from the top corner of the building to point B creates two similar triangles. So what you want to do is figure out which proportion is correct. So you can disprove all of them. So the first one says 3 over h. So they did 3 over this length. That's not possible because they need to be going corresponding. You can do 3 over 18 or 3 over 6. That's perfectly fine, but 3 over h is not. Next, they did 6 over 3. So they went from the height of the man to the shadow of the man. So that means that you need to do the height of the building to the shadow of the building. So that is correct. C is wrong because it says 15. 15 is not even part of the problem. They did 18 minus 3 and got 15. That's not how you do that. And D is almost correct. They have 6 over 3 is equal to 18 over h. But this right here needs to be flipped. So that's the reason why that's wrong. All right, number 2. Ms. Orts uses similar triangles to make a design. Which statement about the triangles in the design must be true? F. They're the same shape and same size. Okay, it has to be the same shape, but does not have to be the same size. G. They have the same size, but different shapes. They have to be the same shape. H. They have corresponding angles that are congruent. True. The corresponding sides are congruent. Not particularly, corresponding sides have to be proportional. All right, number 3. Figure ABCDEF is shown in a coordinate grid. Figure ABCDEF is dilated with the origin as center of dilation to create a figure A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, E prime, F prime using the rule XY goes to 0.95 times X, 0.95 times Y. So this is your dilation, okay? So with knowing that it's my dilation, that means my figure will get smaller. So automatically B and D are wrong. So now we gotta figure out which one's correct. And the correct one is C because it still says smaller, but it says less than 1, while A says greater than 1. 0.95 is less than 1, so the answer is C. All right, number 5. Figure S, the small arrow, is dilated with the origin as the center of dilation to create figure T, the larger arrow. Which rule best represents the dilation that was applied to figure S to create figure T? This is where a lot of y'all went wrong. Y'all figure out the rule of how to get from figure T to figure S. You're doing S to T. So it means you're taking this small arrow and making it bigger. So automatically H and J are wrong because the dilation needs to be greater than 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a point and another point. My first point is 2, 3, and my next point is 4, 6. So it means that they're multiplied by 2, so the answer is F. And number 5, figure PQRS, PQSR, and figure P prime, Q prime, S prime, R prime are shown in the coordinate grids below. Which statement best describes how figure PQSR was transformed to form the image P prime, Q prime, S prime, R prime? All right, this is a reflection, so automatically A and C are wrong. And it's a reflection across the y-axis, so it's B. All right. Number 6, which representation of a transformation on a coordinate grid does not preserve congruence? Hint, what they mean by congruence is the shape is the exact same size. Okay, it does not want to be the same size. So the only one that changes size is F. Okay, so off to the side, you can say when multiplied by a number less than or greater than 1, size changes. Nothing else will change the size. Everything else will keep the exact same size, just move it around the coordinate grid. All right, number 7. The coordinates of vertices of a quadrilateral are P, R, S, and T. Quadrilateral P, R, S, T is reflected across the y-axis to create quadrilateral P prime, R prime, S prime, T prime. Which rule describes the transformation? Hint, if you get stuck, plot the points and do the reflection and see what happens to the points. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to plot point P. So point P is 1, 2, which is right here. And I'm going to reflect it across the y-axis. Will end up right there. So P was originally 1, 2. P prime is now -1, +2. So it means my rule is B. All right, number 8. Triangle ABC was translated 2 units to the right, 3 units down. Which rule describes a translation that was applied to triangle ABC to create triangle A prime, B prime, C prime? Okay, so H and J are wrong because they're being multiplied. When you multiply it, it's a dilation. Okay, so when you add or subtract it, it's a translation. And the correct translation is G because +2 is X and 3 units down is Y. Another thing you can write off of the star is when add or subtract means translation. Okay, number 9. If both the length of the width of the rectangle are doubled, how is the area of the rectangle changed? So it would be 4 times. Okay, I can draw a picture. So here, I'll have a 2 by 2, so the area is 4. I'll double my lengths, so that'd be a 4 by 4, which is now 16. 4 times 2 is not 16. And then so 4 times 4 is 16. So that's how I did my area 4 times larger. C and D are wrong because when it says increase by 2 units or increase by 4, that means they're adding 2 or adding 4. And that's not how you do the area. All right, last one. Quadrilateral FGHJ was dilated with the origin at the center of dilation to create quadrilateral F prime, G prime, H prime, J prime. Which rule best represents the dilation that was applied to quadrilateral FGHJ to create quadrilateral F prime, G prime, H prime, J prime? So first things first, G and J are wrong because they're being added or subtracted. So it means it's a translation. We're not doing a translation, we're doing a dilation. Next thing, so I don't have to do any math, is my figure is going from smaller to bigger. Since it's getting bigger, I need to be multiplying by a number greater than 1. So the only number that's greater than 1 is H, because 5/7 is less than 1. So that means that's wrong. That would be making it smaller. Okay, that's it. Now let's talk some more about some problems that might be on your test. So what I would do is I would draw this on the back of your quiz. And these two are similar shapes. And we're going to find the missing link. We're going to find the missing link SR. So when it tells you the link that you're going to find, put an X there so you don't lose it. So there, you can set a proportion because they're similar. So you can do X over 11, which is equal to 33 over 13.2, because you went from here to here, and the only number you have on this one is 33, so you do 33 over 13.2. Or you could have done X over 33 is equal to 11 over 13.2. So now you just cross multiply. 33 times 11 is 363, which is equal to 13.2x. And you divide 13.2 by both sides, and you get 27.5. All right. I also want you to write down 90 degrees clockwise. XY goes to X negative, Y negative X. 90 degrees counterclockwise goes to XY negative Y X, and 180 degrees is negative X negative Y. I want you to write that down because you need to know what these rules are to help you with the rotation on your test. All right, last one. Each dimension was 2.4 times the corresponding dimension in the original figure. How much bigger is the area going to be? So again, you can do a simple area problem. So you have a 1 by 1. So you'd multiply by 2.4. So this becomes 2.4, 2.4. So this originally was 1. And so now my area is 5.76. So how did 1 get to a 5.76 is by multiplying by 5.76 or doing 2.4 squared, which is 5.76. You square what you're multiplying by the dimensions. All right, thank you guys.